You're listening to the Kim D. Snyder Show, episode number 047. In this episode, you will discover, have you updated your leadership toolbox recently?
Welcome to the Kim D. Snyder Podcast.
Welcome. I'm your host, Kim. This show is for personal and professional development for business leaders, owners, and executives. Let's get this party started, and it is about what do you need to have in your leadership toolbox now. Number one, the first thing is you need to be business savvy. You need to understand the impact of the other areas on not only your component, but the rest of the organization. And this calls for the evergreen components, and it also calls for the trends. So whatever the current trends are, you need to understand the impact to your service line, your component, your area of expertise, and you need to understand it, how it's going to affect the company as well. You don't need to know all the details, but you need to know high level. You need to know enough to ask the questions when you're rolling out something new or initiative or you're looking at new options. Related to this is growth mindset. Having the ability to learn a new skill and understanding that we are not fixed. We're not fixed people. We can learn new skills. And so making sure you have this tool in your tool chest as a leader. Soft skills. Well, soft skills are sort of the hard skills, essential skills, whatever you want to call them. It is the skills that are harder to teach. It is the collaboration, the teamwork, the resilience, the empathy. Those are the skills that are most helpful right now and going forward. I truly believe that going forward, things are going to be changing. Our business environment is going to be changing, and we need to have these soft skills in our box because our team and our organizations are going to need them. Which brings me to the next one, the fourth item, which is our work life has changed as we know it. If your work is going to go back, quote unquote, how it was, or is going to be work from home, understand that the other organizations that you're interacting with aren't necessarily going to be the same way. And so now we have different types of cultures and communities and organizations that we're interacting with that weren't like that before. And so set that expectation and understand that your work day might be different, the amount of time that you spend in an area, what you focus on. We're going to be working in more remote areas and more remote teams. And so understanding that workflow and how that's going to affect you and still get your components done. And so, micromanagers aren't going to be able to exist much longer because of the way that the work world is going. Engagement. Do you want more engagement from your employees? Well, guess what? You need to do it back. When was the last time you asked how things were going at home, how their kids are, shared something personal about yourself and them and got to know them as a person, and making sure you stay within those boundaries that are legal and compliant, but also getting to know that person as a person. And so you want them to be engaged, you have to be engaged back. Related to this is being approachable. The last two skills are related to being approachable. And organizations or people want to see that companies are made up of people. They're not just this big robot machine moving along. And employees want to see that you are a real leader. And so in order for that to happen, you have to show that authentic side. You're going to have to be more visible online. You're going to have to be more visible in the organization. And so whatever that means for you, if it means you need to do more, audio and video components to reach out to your team, it's going to be a complete change in style of how you're used to working in order to keep up and adopt those new tools that your team and your organization is going to need you to do to be more approachable and more engaged. And it's going to start with you at the leadership level and understanding that engagement and that approachability, those lines from work and life are slowly blurring. And so just understanding that's just another toolbox or another tool in the toolbox. And this is not all, but this is some core ones to really start thinking, because as leaders and owners, we're not used to being this empathetic and this communicative with our team. And so it's going to help. It's going to help for you to connect. It's going to help you and your organization in the long run. I would love to hear what you have to think and the new skills that you're seeing that you need in your organization. Go to the show notes for this episode at kimdsnyder.com/047. See you in the next episode.